And finally, ending on quite a hard question. Different parts of the genetic code are important for producing different proteins. In strawberries, the following genetic code is needed to produce an enzyme involved in giving their fruit its red colour. If a mutation were to occur in the sequence, for example, if one of the C's was swapped for a G, explain how this could result in the strawberry fruits having a white appearance instead of a red colour for 5 marks. So this is a very set answer. It's a very set mark scheme that comes up quite often, and it's actually very similar to the set answer that you should give if you're asked why temperature might affect an enzyme or why pH might affect an enzyme. If you're really struggling with this sort of question in the context of genetics, just think back to the factors that affect enzymes, such as temperature and pH, and the sort of words that you need to use when answering those questions. So talking about denaturing and complementary active sites, for example. So the first thing you need to know is that a mutation, so we're talking about one of the C's being swapped for a G, so that's a mutation. If a mutation occurs in that code, that will change the amino acid that's coded for. So 3 of those letters will code for one amino acid. So if one of the letters is changed, a different amino acid will be coded for. If you get a different amino acid, then that will change the protein that's produced by the ribosome. You don't need to say about the ribosome, but remember that that's the site of protein synthesis, making proteins. So if you've got a different amino acid, we'll get a different protein. Importantly, the protein will have a different shape. And in this case, the protein is an enzyme. So that is so important. If the enzyme has a different shape, then we know that the shape of an enzyme is the most important thing about it. Why? Because the active site has a very specific shape for its job. So if the enzyme is a different shape, we'll have a different shape active site. Therefore, if the active site is a different shape, it's no longer going to be really specific and really complementary to its substrate. So it's no longer going to be able to attach to the thing that it needs to attach to in order to do a reaction. In this case, it tells you that the strawberry fruits have a white appearance instead of a red colour. So we can assume that this enzyme is involved in generating that red colour or the red pigment. So if that active site has changed shape, it's no longer going to be complementary to the pigment that's needed to produce the red colour, and so the red colour won't be produced. Therefore, you're going to get a white strawberry.